This business is massive. Chiming Pateks, we've got chiming APs, £22 million. We've had Jason Statham. My mum was in a huge show called Only Fools and Horses.
Hello everybody, I've got Oscar with me today.
Hello everybody, hello, thanks for having me.
You've probably seen this guy on Instagram.
You may have seen me on Instagram. Yeah.
I'd be surprised if you haven't, guys, but Oscar is from Official Watches.
I am indeed, yeah.
You are the face, you are the...
I am the man, I'm the new guy on the block.
The first time I saw or came across the business Official Watches was, it must have been a few months ago or half a year ago on Instagram, and I just couldn't believe like the watches that you guys have. Honestly, it's unbelievable.
It's truly unbelievable.
It actually is unbelievable.
It really is, yeah.
How do you get these watches?
Exactly, that's a fantastic question. So I quickly realized that this is the top. This is the upper echelon, okay? This business is massive, and we have built relationships that are so special with, tons and tons of just ultra high net worth collectors, the biggest people in the game, and Dino and Luke, the two founders, have managed to create a trust and a brand that is so important in the industry that it means that we get the pieces simply that nobody else does.
Yeah, and I think of all the huge watch dealers companies in the UK, I look at you guys and I think you are getting some of the most expensive and therefore arguably the rarest watches that you can get, right?
Absolutely. So if you check out the YouTube, I hope of course you guys will, you'll see that I am regularly unboxing some of the rarest watches in the world. You name it. So you know how someone might name drop humans, I would name drop watches. So we've got chiming Pateks, we've got chiming APs, we've got all four beaches with all the papers, we've got Bakelite GMTs, we've got 3 double reds, we've got ones with the provenance where they'd say all the dives they've been on and that kind of stuff. We've got Omani 6263s, we've got all of that mad stuff, and it's just such a fantastic dream come true for me to be there.
Yeah, honestly amazing. And you're based in Mayfair?
Yeah, absolutely, right in the heart of Mayfair, right next to Selfridges. If you're gonna do it properly.
And you're the presenter and you're the face of the business. Do you ever help sell watches, or do you ever get tempted to if not?
So it's very interesting that you say that. While we are building this channel, certainly a lot of my focus is on that, because day to day I'm actually filming. So I was filming yesterday and I'm filming again tomorrow. So at the moment, no. But what's happening now that's very interesting is that people are starting to ask for my opinion, and we intend to explore that very much this year. So big news will be coming shortly on that. So very good question.
And I'm not surprised because you are very knowledgeable and you have a game that you play on Instagram called This or That.
I do indeed.
And what I want to do with you right now, I want to play This or That.
Hey, so, lovely. Let's do it.
I'm going to give you 2 watches.
Yeah.
Tell me which one you would prefer and why.
Please.
There you go.
Thank you so much. What do we have here?
We have I'll let you.
Yeah, we've got a Royal Oak Chrono. This is the original one, 41 mil. I love this piece. It's really, really nice with the black dial. And we've also got an Aquanaut. If you've seen my games of This or That, I always tend to choose the Aquanaut. And I'm afraid on this instance I would. And I'll tell you why. The Royal Oak is, an amazing watch. It's the watch I chose for today, actually. But the Aquanaut blows me out of the water every time. Why? Because I want a Patek that I can call a sports watch, a Patek that I can swim in, a Patek that just, it's so cool to be not taking itself too seriously, and I prefer it over the Nautilus for that reason. So today's This or That, I would choose the Aquanaut, but there's no joke. These are 2 serious pieces and I absolutely love them. So congratulations to you, man. These are beautiful.
No worries.
Yeah.
So I'm actually these are for sale. I'm selling these 2 and now I want to do another game with you.
Okay.
Same game, but with 2 of my personal watches.
Lovely.
They're not similar in, I guess, value. They're not too far off each other, but they are 2 different brands. But
yeah, please.
Which would your choice be for these 2 watches?
Okay, so we've got the OG of the green watch game. We've got the Hulk. So I have a very, very close affinity to this watch. I actually bought and sold the Hulk like 5 times over, and every time I did it, it was a huge mistake. But it was before I worked in watches, and believe it or not, I once went and bought a Hulk out of the window on Bond Street for £6,050.
Oh wow!
And I sold it as well. So I'm one of those people where, because I can't afford to have all of the watches I want, I'd very often be changing them all the time, and years later I would live to regret that.
Yeah.
And here we have a 15400.
154, yeah.
So this is 15400. This is so cool, and it's got the open case back. Man, this is lovely. Do you know what? Even though I've got the affinity to the Hulk, in today's game, I will be choosing the 15400.
Fair enough.
Reason being is that I am an absolute sucker for the white or silver dials. I'm obsessed with light dials. And I think this one hits different in the summer. Yeah, so that's it. I'd be going for the AP.
I think I'd agree with you on both.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing your game, this or that.
Absolute pleasure. So this or that, I'm so happy that you've mentioned it, because that is one I can truly say is my game. I came up with it, and it's been doing so well. So just on Friday alone, Friday's this or that had 150 comments, which, as I'm sure you know now, it's so hard to get people to comment. Commenting is like, no one wants to do it anymore. People's attention span is now 7 seconds. Thanks TikTok for that one. So getting people to engage is the dream. That's really what it's all about now. It's not about the likes. No one cares. You know what I mean? It's about those people who actually talk to you and play your game.
Exactly. And you're ultimately, in your position, you're trying to help the Official Watches business grow.
Absolutely.
At this point right now, just how big is the business?
Okay, so I'm so glad you asked that. So Official Watches turnover, so I sat down with the accountant this morning to make sure that all these numbers were correct and real. So 2022, the Official Watches turnover was £22 million, and our projected this year is £30 million.
Wow.
And that will be with the arrival of me, hopefully. So fingers crossed, because I've made a lot of promises, and now it's time to deliver.
22 million in 2022.
22 million in 2022.
That's obscene amounts of
It is indeed. So I'll give you an idea of why I think that we are different, or what I've seen in the industry, and why I think we're so different is because we really have the watch. Okay, so you'll find a lot of the times you're calling up for a watch and you can't see them all in one place at one time. You can't get them to show you. You have to give a deposit, and then they'll order it, and then it's getting ordered from all over the world. They might not have even found it, right? You can come to our store. Obviously, they're not all kept on site at the same time, I have to say that, but you can come to our store and you can try on every version of a watch. I mean, right down to the fact of, if you're looking at a 5980 on bracelet or leather, we've got them all, okay? And they tend to be all mint or unworn. So we're very lucky in that sort of circumstance. And we have, like, just right now, probably anywhere between 300 to 350 watches in stock, available, ready to go. Yeah, and I'm talking big stuff as well. Yeah. But another thing that I would like to mention, common misconception of Official Watches, because you see all these crazy pieces all the time. Of course, we're going to post them. We're very proud of them. But we have all the stainless sports. We have all this, so we've got the normal stuff too. And we love a part exchange, and we love to look after people. And an interesting thing I noted about our business when I was studying it and sort of pitching why I should become a part of it, is that our customers tend to be for life. Once people come with us, they rarely leave.
Yeah. And speaking of people walking into the store and being able to see all of these watches, do you ever get any celebrities, any big names walk in?
We do indeed, yeah. I can't say many of the active ones now, but I can certainly say in the past we've had a lot of boxers. We've had Jason Statham.
Wow.
Yeah. We've had some really cool names, and some of them unfortunately we can't name, but there will be some big content coming with the ones that we can. Yeah.
Did Jason Statham buy a watch?
Do you know what? It was before my time.
Oh, is it?
But okay. I think he did.
Did he?
Yeah, and I think it might have been a Nautilus. Yeah,
wow,
yeah. He's a big fan of the watch game.
Yeah. I find a lot of I mean, they've got money, so they can be. Yeah. Right, but a lot of like the Kevin Harts, the Mark Wahlberg, like they have some serious watches.
Oh, absolutely, they do. Yes. They pop up in my videos all the time. So we try and do a segment in each video to sort of show you know, who's got which piece, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I want to do a special shout out actually, because one of the things is I am new to this industry, right? So I don't know everything about these watches that I'm unboxing, and I learn as much as I can before the video to make sure it's as informative as possible. But we do have a secret person at Official Watches. We'll call her Agent M.
Okay.
And she is the most knowledgeable person on this planet when it comes to the watches. So she helps me with the history. So when you see me break down the history of a Royal Oak, Gerald Gentle, all this kind of stuff, I'll be getting assistance from her. So I wanted to shout her out.
Fair play to her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I wish I had someone like that. That'd
Yeah,
be
exactly.
so helpful.
Yeah, so I typically sit down and research a watch for, 2 or 3 hours minimum before even beginning to write a video on it. Then I'll say all the things that I want to say about it, which will be more about the kind of feeling you get when you wear it. And, because that's where my passion lies. Like, I'm a romantic. I just want to, but like I always said, this celestial moon age that I'm very fortunate enough to get to wear, I say when I put it on, I swear I hear Mozart. Like I hear that classical music. And it's just funny because there's other watches I can put on and then I hear Drake.
Isn't that true? That is so true. It's a really good way to look at it. When you wear a watch, what music are you hearing? That's a really interesting.
It's something that I've always thought of. It's like, sometimes I think like the way I'm living life now, it's like a film. I mean, I'm in a movie. I'm writing my own movie, and I've got a soundtrack for it for sure. Yeah,
that's really interesting. Of all the watches that you have come across, then I know you get all sorts of rare watches, but for you, what has been the one that you've thought, if I had all the money in the world, I'd buy that myself right now?
Yeah, so if I had all the money in the world, the answer would be a 5650, which is I don't like the nickname, so I'm not gonna give it the nickname.
Okay, don't.
But I'll say what it is. Some people call it the Terminator because it's got the open face, so it's an Aquanaut, so it's like what we said there. But it is the coolest watch. Like when you get into the deep delve of like what it does and things, so it's called an advanced research, and I'm obsessed with the watch. So if I had all the money in the world, I'd buy that. But if I was coming more down to earth, like what do I hope to buy one day if I'm retiring or something like that, it would probably be something like what I'm wearing today, which is the Jewel Time, AP Jewel Time. So it's 39mm, slick, clean, not astronomically priced. Hopefully I could drop dead in one of these one day.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be very nice.
Take that to the coffin with you.
If I keep going, then hopefully one day. Yeah.
So before all of this, what was Oscar doing?
So childhood, my childhood was quite unique. My parents are in film and TV. My mum was in a huge show called Only Fools and Horses.
That's crazy. Massive
show. She played Cassandra on that show. So huge show, and it really was a backbone of our lives growing up. And I think I was around TV and camera much more than I realised. So, we used to go to the BBC. When we pretend to be sick off school, we would go and watch Only Fools and Horses film.
Love it.
Work-wise, I bounced around, and I never really truly found my space, really. I'll just say, actually, how I got into watches, which was... So at school, Baby G and G-Shock came out, and that was massive. Everybody wanted every colour. I had the white, I wanted the blue, it was just like, and this collecting thing just kicked off in me. I was like, I have to have all the colours, and or get the next one, or whatever it was, the Illuminator and all this kind of stuff. And I just slowly got more and more obsessed with watches. We'd go on family holidays to places like Turkey and stuff, and you'd see all the fakes and the Cartiers and all that. And then as I got older, I got fortunate enough to spend a lot of time in America with my dad and stuff, and we used to go to Canal Street and see all the watches. And then we started hanging around Diamond District, and I just spent my life, like my childhood, just walking into ADs and asking them to see watches, and they're just looking at me like, who is this kid? But I was obsessed, truly obsessed. Yeah, so to be where I am today is just a dream come true.
And I will be coming to Mayfair. I will be coming to the official watches store.
You're invited, man. You come down to Jardin du Mayfair.
Yes, love it. So you guys have to check out that video as well. I'm not sure if it will be out when you're watching this, but please do watch that video as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be an amazing thing to have you there. And that's another thing that I will say is extremely unique to us. So me and Dino, he's a visionary man. He saw something in me, and we came up with the idea, and we built that that courtyard from scratch. It's amazing. It's perfect for filming. It's a proper studio setup, and hopefully it will become somewhere that people come to find informative but also fun. Very hard line to tread, and I'm still working on it every day, but informative and also fun videos about the watches that you're either aspiring to get or that you want to find out more on.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much. It's an absolute honor. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Like and subscribe, guys. Go check out This Man and Official Watches. Description will have all their social media stuff, so
absolutely
go check it out.
Come and find us. The water's warm.
Love it. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you.